Nike founder Phil Knight started selling imported Japanese Onitsuka shoes. He founded Blue Ribbon Sports. His first shoes, sold from his car trunk, were a hit. He founded Nike after disagreements with Onitsuka over distribution rights, slow shipments, and shoe design. Phil might have stayed with Onitsuka, and Nike might never have happened if they had stayed friends. Blue Ribbon Sports before Nike. Learn about Nike's early days when Phil Knight had to hustle to sell shoes. Phil Knight has an MBA from Stanford and a degree from Oregon, but he's lost. His final shoe paper is his best lead. Having been a decent runner on the U of Oregon track team, he's obsessed with shoes. His paper's thesis: Japanese companies will enter the shoe market and displace German incumbents, as they did with cameras. His crazy idea. His way of making a mark on the world. He must now visit Japan, find a shoe company, and pitch his crazy idea. How can you change the world without seeing it? His spiritual travel goals include learning how the Chinese, Buddhists, Greeks, and Christians have thought about life for millennia. Phil explores Tokyo's World War II ruins and Zen. His father's two Tokyo friends give business advice because Japanese negotiators are gentler than Americans. Phil thinks it's time to act. He thinks Onitsuka and Tiger will be his start. He heads south to Kobe, Japan, to meet executives. At the meeting, Onitsuka staff ask what company he works for. He begins his Stanford Business School paper by describing the size of the market, and how a Japanese shoe manufacturer could enter America. They could undercut Adidas, the market leader. They say they've considered entering America for a long time. He sees promising Tiger shoe models. Finally, Phil asks if Blue Ribbon Sports would represent Onitsuka in America. He requests samples to his Oregon address. Onitsukas arrive, and Phil finds them lovely. He immediately sends 2 pairs to Bill Bowerman, his former track coach at Oregon. Phil fills their basement with 300 shoes ordered. Even better, Blue Ribbon Shoes is Onitsuka's exclusive Western distributor. Phil sold shoes best by showing them to runners, coaches, and fans at the track meet. His pitch: Japanese shoes are cheap but high quality. Sales are so good, strangers buy Onitsukas at their houses. They sell out and order 300 shoes a few months later. Blue Ribbon Sports still sells Onitsuka shoes to student athletes, despite their popularity. Phil's fast-growing Blue Ribbon Sports is always having cash flow issues. Even though sales are doubling regularly, this cash is quickly turned around to order the next, larger shipment of shoes. Thus, Blue Ribbon Sports Bank is always precarious. Onitsuka's indifference to Phil and Blue Ribbon Sports makes matters worse. Blue Ribbon Sports sells fewer shoes due to late shoe shipments, making loan repayment harder. Blue Ribbon Sports leaves Phil's apartment for its first office. Fixer-upper with paper-thin walls and broken windows. Blue Ribbon Sports sales will double for a 5th year. Phil can't get paid because they're still on thin ice. Phil wants more time for Blue Ribbon Sports than weekends and late nights. He quits and becomes a $700 a month Portland State University professor. Blue Ribbon Sports needs print ads, charts, and a logo as they grow and get press. Later, he realizes this meeting's importance. Most importantly, recent wires and letters make Phil doubt Kitami's sincerity. Onitsuka may raise Blue Ribbon Sports prices. They may be secretly negotiating with new distributors again. Phil writes to his company that he hired a spy. He emphasizes that Japanese business culture accepts this. Nike became a publicly traded company in the 1980s, and several early pioneers left to pursue other goals. Nike's mid-1980s decline was halted by Michael Jordan's 1895 signature shoe. Nike created the Air Max, the first Nike shoe with visible airbags, in 1987 to regain industry dominance. The Beatles' Revolution soundtracked Nike's campaign. The brand's Just Do It ads featured young athlete Bo Jackson. Nike regained its industry leadership by the end of the decade with new campaigns, slogans, TV ads, and the Bo Knows campaign. Nike's swoosh dominates the footwear industry. This undisputed field titan has risen through high-profile celebrity endorsement, sleek design concepts, and successful public relations campaigns. Tell us in the comments what your favorite facts was from this video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more.